When I first decided to get to know my local area better, this was the first grid square that I came to explore, just behind this big industrial yard and railway line. And so after a year of visiting grid squares and then writing a book about what I found and the problems in our landscape, I thought I'd come back and have a look at it with fresh eyes. So let's go have a look and see what I found in my first grid square. And first of all, look, this is a great starting point. Please pick up your dog poop. Here, here. This was where my project began, on this very bit of path. But when I came here, it was a cold and rainy November morning, and today is a beautiful sunny April morning, and it's like a totally different place already. Jack by the hedge growing there, the blossom on the hawthorn trees. You can never really get to know one place, whether that's a map or even maybe one grid square. Listen to the bird song, absolutely belting it out. You probably won't be able to hear it because I sold all of my fancy cameras and microphones before I started exploring this map, so you've got to make do with this little handhold one and me going. So if, like me, you like hearing the birds but you've got no idea what you're listening to, here's the Merlin app in action. So I turned this on just now because there was a nightingale. I'm hoping it comes back in action. But we got a white throat, never heard of before. It's been a nightingale, a Cetus warbler, black cap, they're pretty cool. And you listen and it in real time tells you what it is. Right, let's listen, see what we get. Nothing. Typical. Now, where I am here, this was an interesting bit when I first got here because I found this bench, and I have to confess I wasn't very impressed because it was cold, it was a bit wet, it was quite grim, and I came up here and I found a bench looking out, as I thought, over this pylon. It was really misty, so I could hardly see anything except just look, bench, pylon. I sat there thinking, what on earth am I doing? And then I realised what I needed to do was turn around and see that actually here there's been a community conservation effort to clear up the old disused canal and to lay down some sort of footpaths and a bit of bench, and they've even put out a lovely bin for your dog poo. What more could you want? I'm becoming quite good with my poo stick now. See the poo, get your stick, flick it deep into the bushes, crack on with your day. How hard can it be? This YouTube video is gonna have dozens of views. Oh, I feel like I'm lining up for a golf shot here. Just position myself nicely and flick. I need to get myself some of these stickers. Ah, here's a big one. Look, I can demonstrate live. See the dog poo, walk up to it, pause, backhand that was. Oh, I'm good at this. You enjoying this video? This is cool and new since the last time I was here. Bat boxes. Quite uplifting, isn't it? That for every non-dog poo picker-upper, there's someone going about sorting out bat boxes. Unseen heroes doing cool stuff. Thank you, whoever put up the bat boxes. And the problem with paths like this is that in the summertime, they start to get completely overgrown with brambles. Luckily, I've come today with a solution. The bramble chopper thingies. Here we go. How am I going to film this with one hand? Ow! Brambles are great, of course. Blackberries, delicious, fantastic for wildlife, but so too are footpaths, and when they come up against each other, causes a bit of a problem, and there is no shortage of bramble. So I'm going to try and make sure this tiny, only bit of path can remain open all summer. Oh, this is quite satisfying. Oh. Ow, ow, ow. Revenge of the brambles, ow. I just turned the camera off and then the brambles fought back to turn the camera back on to show me fight. Ow! God, please. Oh no, it's attacked my lovely hat. Ow! Right, brambles, you die. Attacked my nice, outdoor swimming society hat. Right, this is personal now. While I'm here, some nettles too. Let's go whack some nettles. When I headed down this way this morning, one thing I was definitely prepared for was going to be endless mud, of course. Litter. So much litter everywhere. Sorry if I start to sound like a broken record, but luckily I've come prepared for litter. I have in my pocket a bin bag. Let's fix the footpath. It's quite tiring doing actual proper work rather than just sitting in a shed. The good old usual culprits of plastic bottle, Coca-Cola can, protein bar, 32 grams of protein, big muscled, even more sugar. Lucozade Sport, of course, and good old vape, yes. I think that's a vape. Don't really know. I think it's a vape. And what's this? Oh, a Snickers packet, of course. Rustler's classic hot dogs. Dear God, whatever was in that box smelled bad. My biggest mistake I've made. I need more bin bags. I approached this with a sense of dread. A helium balloon stuck in that tree through the dreaded brambles. I may be some time. Ow! 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 What is it? Peppa Pig! We don't need Peppa Pig. We do need Peppa Pig. Absolutely, we do not need Peppa Pig helium balloons. End of grid square. Match report. My bag was full. Next time I need considerably more bags. The brambles have been defeated. They're a strong opponent. They put up a good fight. I respect them. And I know they'll be back. But you know what? It feels really good. It feels good to have taken a different look at this grid square. So I was pretty depressed the first time I came here, but I feel great today. I feel really, really good. I just walked past the Red Bull can there. I have not begun to touch the sides of the problems. And of course there are bigger problems than some clown dropping their Red Bull can. Like, why? Why do they do that? Why do we feel so unconnected to our landscape that we wreck it? But I feel really, really good to have made a start, a tiny little start on one tiny bit of one tiny grid square on one tiny map. If I do this 10 times, and I persuade 10 of you to do it 10 times, and you persuade 10 of your friends to do it 10 times, then before you know it, my maths is made good. You start to get quite a lot of people who start to care and can start to shout for the changes from the top down that need to happen if we're going to fix our beautiful, April wonderful countryside. Whew. Right. Oh, hopefully the burger van is open for a cup of tea. Just on the road back up to the car now. Here's a Brucey bonus. Becomes a bit like a game. I can't help but find everything a bit competitive. Can I find a load of rubbish and fill it up? There's a Coke can. Get the Coke can. Put it in the bin. Ooh, don't get run over. And so it goes. So I've just finished a interesting morning exploring once again my first grid square, but with the fresher eyes of now having seen a year's worth of grid squares and written a book about the problems and joys and ups and downs of paying attention to your local area, having a cup of tea, the edge of my grid square in the scenic cup of tea place right next to a noisy industrial park. Living the dream. But I'm keen for this, I'm up for this. You know, I'm not going to solve the world by whacking a few brambles. But if we all pick up a bit of plastic and change the way we live and encourage others to do it and change the way that stuff is made, then it's quite exciting. But silence. The engine stops. Oh, literally this second, just seen my first swallow of the year. Fantastic. April is in England. Life is good. Finish my cup of tea and chuck it in the bin. Which I suppose sums up the entire problem. A swallow. Woohoo! One swallow, summer is here. Oh.